My name is Junior Martins. I'm the president and CEO of 7 different businesses with over 150 employees here in Houston, Texas. And this is my boss life. A lot of people ask me, how did I get here? How did I get in the position that I'm in? How did I create this big hospitality and entertainment group? It's about being passionate and having true vision in what I believe in and understanding how life works. And understanding to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. You have to be a very good listener. You're gonna have a huge team and everybody's gonna want to put their input in. So, you're gonna have to have those times where you sit down with everybody and you hear them out and you listen to what they say. And every time I've done it, everybody actually has valid points and, they get me to understand or see things in a different perspective, or to they give me insight on things that's going on with my business that I might not know or might not understand. So I love, just hearing my team out and hearing the people that work for me or work with me and just hear what they have to say. AristocratLife is my team. That's pretty much a marketing, hospitality, entertainment group, and we do all kinds of events and club nights, and we also own a foundation together. So we do have a 501(c) where we give back to the community. But that's my team. It consists of me, Jonathan, Jacob, Lyndon, and Woody. We founded that a few years back. I would say about 10 years ago, and that's how all this started. So we create from that, we just had this big unstoppable vision that, we're gonna do whatever we want. There's no boundaries, there's no limitless to what we can do. So a lot of people look at me as being successful and where I'm at now, but I know where I wanna be in 5 years. This is nothing. I want to be on the Forbes list. I want to be on top. I want to be with the best of the best. I want to be number one. So that's what drives me. My fear of failure, my fear of somebody taking my spot, my position is what drives me, what motivates me, what keeps me going every single day. Prospect Park is like this big, this is my baby that I created, or it's a concept that, I wanted to do for years. Me and my business partner, Jonathan, we used to, dream about doing something like Prospect Park. So I had a guy named Scott Gardner that I was working for at the time. And, I used to always come to him like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm making all this money, can we partner up? Scott was like, give me $1 million. So, in my mind, I was like, man, I'm never gonna own this business because he's asking me for $1 million. And that was at the age of, I wanna say at 25, 26. And finally me and Scott sat down at the age of, I want to say when I was 27 years old, me and Scott reached an agreement for him to sell me Scott Gardner's, and we came up with the concept of Prospect Park. So that's something that I've been wanting to do for years. That's my biggest baby. That's my biggest project up to date. And I'm currently working on Mercy Nightclub in East Downtown. It's going to be the best club to ever hit Houston. I'm all about that ultimate experience and taking it up to the next level. And we definitely did that with this project. I'm confident. I believe it. We're going to switch it up. We're used to just doing things for the urban market. So, I want to definitely be more diverse in the clientele that's coming in and the clientele that I'm reaching out with my brand. That's my goal for 2016-17 is to reach outside of the urban market and be able to touch other races. You can't let failure stop you. The reason why is because when I first got started in my business, we would go into different landlords, and I thought it was a matter of, hey, I got the money, I can pay the bills, I have the finances, but they actually wanted more. They wanted to see, my tax returns, they wanted to see my financials, they wanted to see my plan and what I had to do, and I didn't have that to present to them. I had none of that information, so they wanted to, me going in and saying, hey, I'm gonna create this restaurant / ultra sports lounge They wanted to see, how you gonna run the back of the house, who is gonna be the chef, where's your menu, they want to see this information. I had nothing to show them. So, I was getting dressed up, sitting down with my attorney, and we were going into these different, businesses and sitting down with these different landlords trying to get the lease, and we kept on getting declined. Not really just having a full understanding why, but now that I'm in a business, I got a better understanding of why I was being declined and rejected at that time. And just knowing that you're gonna struggle, knowing that you're gonna go through these rough times, and you gotta fight through them. You can't give up. You gotta wake up every single day, and you gotta put it all on the line, and you gotta really, really, truly want it. There's no half-assing. You gotta just wake up, and it gotta be the first thing in your mind that you want to get it. So you're gonna have to make sacrifices. You gotta understand that you can't do two things at the same time. It's either you're gonna make these sacrifices and put some stuff on standby in order to accomplish your goals, or you're just gonna live a regular life for the rest of your life. So you gotta make that sacrifice and understand what you want to do, and you gotta create strategic partnerships. I have a lot of strategic partnerships in place, like me and my mentor Kenny Burns, and a lot of stuff that I do with Jazz and Jane Prince, Junior. Those are strategic partnerships, and that's why we're able to create stuff like Houston Appreciation with Drake and a lot of other stuff that we have in the line. So me and Kenny Burns are working on Ciroc Bad Boy Weekend. So it's all about relationships more than anything. That's key. That's number one. That's what opens the doors, and that's what determines whether you're gonna get this big deal or not. Is having the relationships with the right people, and I think that's what I've done well, and that's put me in my position. Whether it's owning Prospect Park, having that relationship with Scott Gurner. If I didn't have that relationship with Scott Gurner, it would be no Prospect Park, because it never went up for sale. It was just based off of me and his personal relationship, and him agreeing to sell Prospect Park to me. And the same thing with Jazz and Junior. It's all about relationships in life. I can't stress that enough either. One of the major things is going into business and being an entrepreneur is creating a brand. Creating a brand that really truly stands for something and not doing it for the money. Being passionate and loving what you do. A lot of people go into these projects and they do it, with the outcome of, hey, I want to make this, or hey, I want to do this. But, when I go into my projects, first of all, I make sure that I have a full understanding of what it is. I don't go into any projects not really understanding what it is. If I don't understand it, I'm not going to do it, point blank, period. I definitely feel like my story, what I have, can, it can relate to the people in the streets, and it can relate to the folks downtown in corporate America, however you want to look at it. It's all about being passionate and truly believing in what you do and not doing it for the money. Like really saying this is something that I see myself doing for the rest of my life. I like to use the example when you see the Jordans come out. You see the Jordans come out, and you see people sitting outside a Foot Locker or Foot Action or Champs, and they're willing to do whatever it takes. If it takes for them to sit out there for 3 days in order to get these pair of shoes, they're gonna do that. And that's the kind of passion, and that's the kind of drive that you're gonna have to have in life to achieve what you wanna achieve. So if you're not that passionate and you're not willing to do whatever's on tape, then don't do it. You're wasting your time, you're gonna fail. You gotta be willing to put it all into it. You gotta be willing to put it all on the line. In 5 years, I see myself being a super mogul in the hospitality and entertainment business. I plan on opening a pool hall, skating rings, things for the kids like Chuck E. Cheese. Like I said, there's no boundaries for what I want to do. I come from a Nigerian background, so I plan on opening up a Nigerian restaurant pretty soon, actually. So, I have no time for games. I have over 6 businesses, over 150 employees, and I pay real taxes, and I deal with real life situations. I'm not, it's not a game for me. I have lawsuits and people trying to sue me, and all kind of crazy stuff that I have to wake up to every single day. So it's no time for play. And what boss life means to me is creating my own path for myself and others. Dream big, give it your all. Don't stop, don't give up, keep going, keep pushing. It's gonna be hard, it's not gonna be easy. It's not an easy situation at all. So when you go through these hard times, or when things get scary, or things don't look like, this is what you envisioned, or you didn't know you was gonna go through this stuff, you gotta push through that. You're probably a couple steps from accomplishing what you're trying to do. So push through it. Keep going, go hard. I've started off in your same situation, and I've dealt with the same things that you dealt with, whether it's personal life experience or business life experience, and I had to see through them both. So keep going and don't give up no matter what.